Hi, and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this is episode 2284 and today's date is September 23rd, 2020, and the title of the episode is The Economic Battle is Now Being Waged. Control is with the Patriots. Let's talk about your health. After 20 years old, your body will naturally decrease in collagen production by 12% each passing decade. This decrease in collagen is a leading reason to why skin appears thinner and more wrinkled as we age. It's essential for skin, bones, and more, and the way to keep your skin looking healthy and youthful is by consuming 5 different types of collagen. No single source provides you with the different collagen types your body needs until now. Aegis Multi-Collagen gives you the 5 types of collagen you need from 4 premium sources in one complete protein mix. You'll enjoy the powerful support for your skin, hair, nails, joints, bones, digestive system, and muscles with results you can see and feel in just a few short weeks. And as an added bonus, Aegis Multi-Collagen is a non-GMO and there's 0 artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, sweeteners, gluten, or antibiotics. Get your own bag of Aegis Multi-Collagen for 51% off plus free shipping by going to healthwithx22.com. That is healthwithx22.com. Or just click the link below. Let's get into the economic collapse financial news. Now, before I get started, I just want to make an announcement. I just want to let everyone know that the X22 Report YouTube channel is still in the penalty box. I received a strike on the channel. Hopefully, after September 24th, I'll be able to upload videos to the X22 Report YouTube channel. You can view the videos on x22report.com, or you can join up to the new private server that I put into place. And this is to protect against censorship. Now, today we've seen Twitter, we've seen NPR putting out information that they are going to censor. They want a circuit breaker. Twitter today is saying that they have a bug that they're saying that some people are being locked out of their accounts. I believe this is going to spread as we get closer and closer to the elections and maybe afterwards. So this is why I set up the private server. Now, to join up to the private server, all you have to do is go to the x22report.com site. If you're on the desktop, you'll see a big red banner on top, or you'll see a tab that says X22 Report TV. If you click on that, there are links there where you can subscribe. If you're on your phone or a tablet, you have to scroll down a little bit until you see the red banner, and you can click on the red banner, and that will bring you to a page where you can subscribe, and it'll bring you to another page where you can sign up and get the information. Now, it does cost money. It's $29.99. The way I figured it out is that I calculated the bandwidth, the disk space, and I do 2 videos a day. They're about 1 gig each. That's about 50 gigs a month. So it really turns out to be about 8 cents per person. So that's $29.99 for the entire year. And this goes for the support of the server, the people that are supporting it, and it goes to maintain the server. And that's where this money goes. So if you don't want to go to the private server, you still can view my reports on YouTube, on BitChute, or come over to the x22report.com site. You can listen to the podcast and view the videos. Now, if something happens to all these different platforms and they lock everything down and nobody can see anything, the only place you'll be able to see the videos is on my private servers. And that's why I set it up, to protect myself and to make sure that I have a record of everything that I've done. So if you want to join up, just come over to the x22report.com site, click on the red banner or click on the tab up top. It will bring you to another page. You can subscribe and you can view all the videos on the private server. Now, we knew eventually the deep state, the central bank, the corrupt politicians, they were going to pull all the stops from this point on until election time. And we know, going back in time, they tried to bring the economy down back in March. They thought the entire economic system was going to be locked down until November. That didn't happen. The entire economy didn't crash. The stock market didn't crash. None of that happened. And what are they doing now? They are waging a war against the Patriots. What does that mean? Remember, the Patriots, and I'm talking about Trump, his administration, they have the magic wand. They know how the central bank system works. They know how the illusion works. They know how the stock market works. Yes, a lot of people think this is a free and open market, and the market's just doing everything it's supposed to do in a nice, free, open market. The central bank, they have been controlling the economy for quite a while. Interest rates, they had the swamp creatures controlling the manipulation of the statistical information inside government, which had to do with unemployment, GDP, and other information. All of this is being done to convince the people that the economy is open, it's free, and it's doing well. Trump, the Patriots, when they came into power, they realized what was going on, and they started to learn how the manipulation was being done. And this is why Obama came out and said you would need a magic wand to bring back the jobs, to bring back manufacturing, to get the GDP number up, to have unemployment go down. Because remember, during his period of time, he was telling us this was the new normal. Well, Trump came out and he said, well, I have the magic wand now. I know how to control things. Now, during the first part of the pandemic, we saw a lot of individuals, I'm talking about wealthy individuals, hedge funds and others, start to sell off. And the market came down. Now, the mainstream media, they were talking about the market coming down to 7,000, 8,000 points. And we know that Trump would never allow the market to go down to 7,000, 8,000 points. He has control over the Fed. And we knew that the market had to stay up. Why? Because all the pensions, and I don't mean 100%, but most of the pensions are now attached to the markets. If the markets fell the way the mainstream media was predicting, it would have been a disaster. Because remember, since the interest rates have been so low, these pension plans, they needed a way to get returns. They were projecting 7, 8% return on the money. The only way to get this is through the stock market. So they had to say, okay, let's take our investments and put it into the market. This is why Trump, who knows how to play in the illusion, this is why he's been keeping the market up. Now, moving forward from this point on, we can see that the powers that be, they're going to try to bring the market down. I do believe the mainstream media has been projecting out there that the market is in a bubble, it's heating up, and it might crash. They always do this because they're projecting on what they're going to do next. Let's talk about protecting yourself. Police are investigating a burglary that results in a victim being stabbed in Sherman, Texas. The victim is expected to survive. However, no arrests have been made. Fortunately, this isn't unique. There's been a rise in burglaries across the country. For example, San Francisco has reported a 40.8% increase in burglaries since the shelter-in-place orders began. Don't let yourself or your family become a target. Experts agree that one of the best ways to protect your home and your family is with the bright lights that cover the outside of your house to scare away burglars. And these ultra-bright night solar lights, they're really easy to install, and they are the first of their kind because you can install these floodlights virtually anywhere due to the fact that they're entirely solar powered, zero batteries, and there are no wires to deal with. Plus, you can turn them into porch lights for family entertainment with a click of a button, and they're really easy to use and install. And Night Solar Lights, they're going to give everyone 52% off their own ultra bright floodlights, plus free shipping included. Go to nightsolarlight.com or click the link below. And this is why we're going to see this battle from now until election time, where you're going to see the market come all the way down. And I don't mean all the way down to zero. I mean as far down as they possibly can. And you're going to see the market start to move back up and regain everything that it lost. The same thing with the precious metals market. And we're going to see this moving from now until election time, because what do they want to happen? They want the market to crash. They don't want it at 26, 27, 28, 29,000 points. Because remember, they've been brainwashing the American people into believing that the market is the gauge of the economy. So if the market comes down, the economy is done for. Trump, he countered their plan because he opened up the economy. Businesses started to open up. He started to deregulate. He started to do everything in the opposite way of they thought it was going to happen. And now he has the power to do even more. Actually, it worked against them. And now they know that they only have this short period of time to push their agenda forward. Is it going to work? No. Who's it really hurting? Everything that they tried to do, who did it hurt? Well, it hurt the everyday person, of course. It hurt small businesses. It hurt those cities and those states that were instructed to keep everything locked down, to allow individuals to riot and loot and destroy businesses. Because once people saw this, people didn't want to stay in these areas. And there was no federal funds coming in. I mean, look at New York, for example. Remember de Blasio? He had to furlough himself and his city hall staff for 1 week. Well, now he has to expand this another week long of furloughs for 9,000 employees to save $21 million. They don't have the money. This whole exercise in what they have done in their cities and in the states has worked against them. They're not getting the federal funds. They're not getting the money that was promised to them, and that was from the deep state, the central bankers. They're not getting any of it. Now they're stuck. They're broke, and they're feeling the pain. Now, the other states who have been opening up, where people are going back to work, having jobs, and they clamped down on the riots and everything else, those states are doing fine. Actually, they're improving right now. And the U.S. economy, it's expanding at a solid pace, defying all predictions that the recovery would falter because of reported infections that were increasing. Remember, they said the second wave, well, the economy's not going to do well. Well, it didn't happen. Actually, Europe, Asia, those economies, they're faltering. They're having a problem. The United States is not. And remember, during this entire period of time, Trump, he has been building a foundation. He's been building a people's economy, bringing manufacturing back, deregulating, giving out tax cuts, tax holidays, bringing back medical manufacturing, setting up Puerto Rico as a medical manufacturing powerhouse. What is Europe doing? What is the Asian countries doing? They're stuck with the central bank. They're not doing anything. They're doing exactly what the central bank wants them to do. They're continually borrowing, pushing out stimulus. Yes, the United States is doing the same thing, but remember, what's the difference? Is Europe bringing back all the manufacturing? Are they making it a people's economy? Are they deregulating? Are they giving tax holidays? Are they doing any of that? No. What is Trump doing? Yes, he's keeping the central bank illusion alive. Yes, he has the interest rates low. Yes, he's using all their weapons against them and spending like crazy. And on the other side, the parallel economy, he's deregulating. He's cutting taxes. He's making deals with other countries. He's allowing businesses to expand. He's creating opportunity zones. He's restoring the steel market. He's bringing back medical manufacturing. He's doing all these things at the same time, which offsets everything else. And this is why he's able to play in their arena, because he has control over the central bank illusion. He knows about the manipulated numbers. He knows about the manipulated stock market. He knows about all of this, so it allows him to play in their arena. He also has the ability to build the foundation of the new economy. And that's exactly what's going on. This happened in 71, but it was the opposite way, as we all know. Now, what's very interesting is that the news has come out, and we mentioned this before, that these big banks, they are being caught up in all this money laundering, drug trafficking, human trafficking, and I do believe that this is going to lead back to all the elites and the central banks. And what's very interesting is that JP Morgan Chase, they're going to have to pay a $1 billion fine to resolve a government investigation into the alleged manipulation of metal and treasuries markets. Now, what did they do? Well, they were spoofing, which is when sophisticated traders flood markets with orders that they have no intention of actually executing. This practice actually was banned in 2008 during the financial crisis. And now they've been caught up in this. So a lot of these banks, these, too big to fail banks, they're being caught up in criminal activity. And we've seen it before with the precious metals market, where there's been a lot of individuals that have been manipulating the precious metals market, and they have been arrested. And this is continuing. And I believe this is just the start. This is the start to expose what these big banks are all about. Remember, the elite use these banks for their own benefit. This is why you see the money laundering. This is why you see certain people paid off, like the people that are supposed to be monitoring what's going on, where they had the Inspector General, a watchdog, monitoring the banks, did nothing about it. These people are all part of the swamp. And now it's coming out. And I believe this is going to go to a higher level. It might even connect the dots between Biden, Hunter Biden, Soros, and many others. And this is just the beginning of how they use these gigantic financial institutions to launder money. And I do believe that the battle, the economic battle, is now being waged right now. And we can see it play out right in front of our eyes. And remember, Trump does have the magic wand. He knows how to control this. He's not worried, even during the pandemic. He was never worried about the stock market. All he ever said was, watch the economy. It's going to do fantastic. We're going to see V recoveries. The third quarter, we're going to improve. But the fourth quarter, look out. And I do believe this is exactly what is happening, because as we follow it and as we track it, we can see the V recoveries in retail, in GDP, in the housing market, and many other sectors. It's all happening. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.